Welcome to Podcasts, recorded live at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland, Oregon. We have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its video podcast, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.
We have a very special day today. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are installing 2 new practitioners to our team, so we'll be doing that later in the service. So I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for those at home who are joining us online. It's a very special day. There's a lot of excitement in the room. And I want to thank you, Soleil, for being here.
Woo! Yes.
Because of, yes. What happened in the room is you brought a new vision for our youth here. Yes. And so we've been, while we're waiting for new minister, the youth program comes along with the new minister, that you just brought a huge burst of energy to our intention and to the program. So thank you, and thank you for your commitment. So wow, lots of things happening today. We are using the book In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth. And so last week we talked about how we recognize that there's an infinite energy and it's always flowing in and through and as us. It's always available to us. We may not remember, we may not be aware of it, but it's there. And Catherine's prayer and your prayer before the meditation was my whole talk. So I'll just repeat what Catherine said. That we may not be aware of it, but it's there. And our thoughts, our beliefs, I'm coming undone here. Our old thoughts, our beliefs, our fears keep us out of the flow. And prayer is how we stay connected in the flow. And so each of us is that flow of wholeness. Each of us is whole wherever we are and whatever is going on. And so here's what my talk today is, the healing stream. It's from chapter 2. And Butterworth says, the healing stream is an eternal reality. There is an allness even within illness. There's an allness even within illness. That the whole universe is within you and its flow is the reality of you and the fundamental sense, no matter what else is going on. It's part of us. And so to be able to remember that. There's a parable in the Bible, in the Gospel of John, where the disciples were out fishing all night. And they came onto shore and they had found there were no fish to be seen. And they saw Jesus, and Jesus saw that they were defeated and tired. And he said, go back and drop your net on the right side of the boat. And can you imagine what that was? They looked at him bewildered, like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? We were just out there all night and nothing happened. And now you want us to go back. But they were willing. They went out and they dropped their nets on the right side of the boat, and they couldn't believe the fish that they brought in. And so for the longest time, I thought this story was about fish. That's the literal interpretation. But we look at it with a metaphysical, a mystical interpretation. And the mystical interpretation is what Jesus was saying to them, is that go back out and change your thinking. Go on the right side of the boat. Change your thinking to the right side of thinking. They had to shift their mood from insufficiency to attitudes of confidence. And so when we feel stuck, that's what we have to do. We have to stop and shift and go back out. It's like even though we feel defeated, we go back out and we have a different experience because we're in the flow. Be still and know I am in the flow. Will you say that with me? Be still and know I am in the flow. And so, let's see. Butterworth says, you are a child of the universe. You do not walk this path alone. The whole universe walks with you. It's dynamically involved in you. And its involvement is expressing as you. Health is not something you can get physically. It's with pills or potions or metaphysically with prayers. We can't get health. We can align to the wholeness. It's not something we go out and get, but we align to the wholeness. Health is the reality of life, the normal condition of man, of beings. So when we find ourselves out of the flow is what? When we're in resistance, right? And we're in resistance when we have old ideas, when we have old beliefs or attitudes. Resistance is when we have self-limiting behavior. And those attitudes and behaviors are poor conductors for the flow. So that self-limiting is creating messages of limitation that's going actually into the cells of the body. And the body begins to experience congestion, inflammation, and disease. So it brings us back to that place of that we constantly have to be remembering that we are in the flow. And one common complaint relative to illness is a lack of energy. And we all feel tired from time to time. Anyone ever feel tired from time to time? Or fatigue, and we're always, I'm so tired. And what is that affirmation? I am so tired. Yeah. And we are experiencing fatigue, but it's not for a lack of energy. It's because we're out of the flow. And when we're out of the flow, it's about bringing it back. So everybody take a breath. Take another one. When we remember to breathe, we remember to stay in the flow. Another practice that you can do is rub your hands together. Go ahead and rub your hands together. What you're doing is you're activating that energy in your hands. Now put your hands apart and feel that energy. Feel that energy. You can feel there's actually a sense there. Now take that and put that on your heart. And then use that energy. If you have pain in your arm or your shoulder, put your hand there. If there's pain in your neck, pain in wherever, in your leg, you put your hands there and you're bringing energy into that place. So it's important to stay in the flow, to remember that the flow is in us, moving in us and as us and through us. And we can use that. We can use that whenever we want. It's important for us to take care of our bodies. And when we find that we're in the flow, we're inspired. Butterworth says, your body is a temple of the living God. It is fed, vitalized, and sustained by the healing and renewing stream of life. If you keep consciously in the flow, you'll be guided to eat those things that the body requires. Your taste will change so that you'll desire what you need and not just what craving you have. I don't know, anyone else have cravings or is it just me? Yeah, because when we're out of the flow, I have a craving usually when I'm tired, and I'm tired because I'm out of the flow. So it's bringing that back and remembering that. And it's all good and well to know this intellectually, right? We all sit here now and you're all nodding and we all know this, but it's moving it from the head to the heart. It's that making that transition and knowing that we have that awareness, that we are in the flow, and that every time when we go into prayer and meditation, when you do your spiritual reading, when you stay connected, you stay in that flow. Now, we don't always remember to stay in the flow, right? We have days where we feel bad, days where something happens, days where just the computer is the worst thing, right? Technology is the worst thing. Don't get me started on technology, because something goes wrong with the phone, the computer, everything's gone, right? Everything is gone. So we forget and we fall out of that. And we have a group of amazing prayer practitioners that are here for you, that you can call, you can write online, you can email, however you want to communicate. You can put a message in the box. However you want to communicate, our practitioners are here. Now, they don't have the secret. They just know all of this information. They've committed to learning it and being it and living it. But they can know for you the truth for you. They stand and know that truth for you. And they want to be of service to you. So please remember that. So let's affirm together. I am in the flow of life.
I am in the flow of life.
I move easily with the flow.
I move easily with the flow.
I am radiantly and enthusiastically alive.
I am radiantly and enthusiastically alive.
I am free from tension, stress, and strain.
I am free from tension, stress, and strain.
I go forward in the flow of life.
I go forward in the flow of life.
Unhurried and unworried.
Unhurried and unworried.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So let's just take that into prayer right now. Oh, as we breathe in, we breathe into that flow, we breathe into that energy, we breathe into that knowing that right where I am, that spirit is right here, the flow of life, that creative presence and power, that goodness that is love and unity and freedom and abundance, it is already here within me. And I remember that flow. I stay connected with that flow. And anytime I move or have thoughts that bring me out, I simply bring my awareness back and it brings me back. And so I know for each of us there that there's an opening, there's a revelation today of this flow. There's a revelation of staying in and as the flow of life, knowing that we are brilliantly blessed, we are abundantly supplied, and we are always guided, guarded, directed, and protected. And so I'm grateful to know this truth. I'm grateful for this wisdom, for this grace, for this knowing. I'm grateful for all of this. I release this word in deep gratitude, and together we affirm. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you happen to be in the Portland, Oregon area, we'd love to have you visit in person. The Portland Center for Spiritual Living is located at 6211 Northeast Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Our inspirational service is at 11 a.m. every Sunday. We also have many programs, classes, and workshops developed just for our online audience. To find out more, go to our website at cslportland.org and look under the Online tab. We have a variety of content dedicated specifically for our podcast listeners. Our mission is to open hearts, ignite minds, and make a difference. If you'd like to support our center and its podcasts, you can donate online at cslportland.org/donate. Our website is also the place to learn more about what's going on at the center or to contact us. Allow us to become part of your extended spiritual community. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, You are most welcome at the Center for Spiritual Living.